Woo! It's strong and then a little kick of sugar at the end. It's like, woo, and then refreshing. Hey Explorers, Kitty the Explorer here, and today I'm going to talk to you about an article I saw last month from Delta Airlines and their COVID-free flights. I'm a little late in sharing the article because it was the holidays and New Year's and all that fun stuff, but I'm going to share it with you now. But first, before we get into this article, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell right next to it so you're notified when all of my videos are released. Videos are released every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Now let's get into it. It is New Year's Day, the day I'm recording this, and I'm going to pour me a nice little drink. And I'm going to use this Goslings liquor. I got this from Bermuda. This is their local rum. It is a black rum. I tried it only in Bermuda in a mixed drink. So let's see, I'm gonna do a little taste test real quick, and then we'll get into the article. Let's taste this. Woo! It's strong and then a little kick of sugar at the end. It's like, woo, and then refreshing. And so I'm gonna pour some in here. And I got this mixer for the holidays that I opened on New Year's Eve. And cause I stayed home. Whoa. Hopefully I didn't pour too much. A little strong. And this is a sparkling red grape. It has no alcohol in it, but it's a nice little cocktail to mix with this. And this will be perfect because I am going to be a guest on someone's YouTube channel here soon. I may stir this up. But anyway, here's the article. So as usual, I will link the article down below in the description box so you can go and read the full article for yourself. And this is directly from Delta Airlines, as it was a press release on their website. And the article is called Delta Unveils COVID-Free Flight Schedule to the Netherlands. And this article was released at the beginning of December 2020. So here's some information about it. I'm going to read just some highlights from the article. Again, it's that linked down below if you want to read the full article. Delta has unveiled the schedule for its dedicated COVID-tested flights from Atlanta to Amsterdam. They are the first of their kind for a U.S. airline, allowing eligible customers to be exempt from quarantine upon entry into the Netherlands. On December 15th, they started their flight operations from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport to Amsterdam Airport. And it will initially operate for a 3-week trial period. So I'm curious, the 3 weeks should be about up. So I'm curious to see what will come out in their trial, or the results of their trial period. The start of these flights represents a pivotal moment in meaningful restarting international travel, said Delta Steve Sear, President of International and Executive Vice President of Global Sales. Delta's dedicated testing trial will exempt eligible customers, and in order to fly, customers must obtain a negative PCR test 5 days before travel, as well as a negative rapid test at Atlanta Airport prior to boarding. A second PCR test will then be carried out upon landing in the Netherlands. Once a negative test result is received, customers will not need to quarantine. COVID tests taken at the airport are included in the ticket price. The airline has engaged expert advisors from the Mayo Clinic to review and assess the customer testing protocols needed for Delta to conduct this flight program. And Delta will be partnering with their partner airline KLM, which is based in the Netherlands, for these COVID-free flights. So Delta and KLM's COVID-free flights operate as follows. So Delta, the only flight number is DL76, will depart Atlanta at 9:55 p.m. and will arrive in Amsterdam next day at 12:10. And it will leave Atlanta on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then KLM, flight number KL0632, will depart Atlanta at 10:10 p.m. and arrive in Amsterdam the next day at 12:10. And that will happen on Monday and Wednesdays. I don't know, it doesn't say when they will return back to the US, but obviously the U.S. does not have procedures upon entering the country right now, so I'm sure that's not an issue. So later in December, Delta will also launch COVID-tested flights from Atlanta to Rome's airport. Meanwhile, Delta will become the first U.S. airline to partner with the CDC to keep international customers informed of potential COVID-19 exposure through contact tracing. So here are my thoughts about this. I think this is excellent. The testing may be rigorous to some, and if it is, just don't go at this current point in time. But for people who are, interested in traveling right now, I think this is a wonderful step. Obviously, the other concern is what are you going to do when you get there, because things may be closed down, especially right now. Winter seems to be off the chain with COVID. So I do think this is a great alternative, and it will also be a great alternative in the future if people don't want to take the vaccination, that this option is available for you to travel and travel safely and responsibly. I also do really appreciate that the testing at the airports is included in the pricing of the ticket. That is awesome, because I recently went to Bermuda and I had to have testing once I entered the country, and that was an additional fee on top of my ticket price. So it was something you had to budget. But when you're buying a ticket directly with Delta for this instance, it's going to be already included. So it's something you don't have to worry about in addition to what you've already paid for your flight. So I think that is excellent. Also really appreciate they have contract tracing. And you've heard about contract tracing in the US, but we don't have none of that. And I was really impressed when I went out of the country and they had contract tracing. So everywhere you went, you were signed in at a certain time. So if someone came in around that time, you will be notified if they had COVID and you've been exposed to it. So that's very important, because getting a jump on it to make sure you don't go around hopping around spreading it to other people is awesome. I do think this is a really great program. I really hope it works out. I'm interested in seeing the results. I looked today, I haven't seen any updates on it. And the last article I saw was that the first flight had taken off on December 15th, I believe. So I haven't heard the results, so we'll see about that. Once I hear of the results, I will link it down below if we hear anything about it. So I want to know, what do you think about Delta's COVID-free flights? Would you be interested in it in the future? Do you think they should expand it to all of their flights? What do you think? I want to hear, because it is Travel Chat Thursday. So I want you to get into the chat. I want to hear your position as well. I don't want to just go with my opinion. I want to hear yours as well. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, leave any questions or your thoughts down below in the comment box, and I will get back to you. And lastly, make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks so they can get in on the chat as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are.